What's up all you Clashers, this is Kaz and welcome to Kaz Gaming. Okay, so I thought I would do a quick video for one of my viewers who asked how would I think Michael would do with a 8 of 8 Berserk running a level 5 Blitz Scroll. Well, I did some research and some calculations, so let's take a look at that and see if we can't help this guy out. Okay, so the very first thing we need to look at is Michael's attributes. So, as you can see here, Michael starts off with the slowest attack rate in the game. This is something along the lines of Triantar. So both Michael and Triantar start off with a 1500 millisecond attack rate. We know that on the Android server, that's actually a bogus number. They start with a 1600 attack rate. So on the screen you will see the calculation that I have come up with, and regarding the question with the 8 of 8 Berserk talent along with the Blitz Scroll, I was able to calculate that out, and I will have the web page that I used in the description below. And if you max both of those out, you will get a 800 attack speed for Michael. That will be something more on the lines of Reaper. Reaper has a 750 attack speed, but we already know that that is the 800 attack speed. So Michael maxed out with Berserk would put him with the same exact attack speed as Reaper. So if you're thinking along the lines of attack speed, then you need to be thinking along the lines of overall damage output. So someone like Reaper here is doing 4489 damage at that attack speed, whereas Michael is doing 3940 damage, and he would be at the exact same attack speed as Reaper with less damage. Now if we compare him to someone like Skull Knight, it gets even worse. Skull Knight has a 600 attack speed as well as a much higher damage output than Michael would have. Now something else you need to consider is the skill itself and what it does for the hero. Skull Knight's Vengeful Sword gives him 800 attack. Reaper's Soul Harvest deals 285% attack damage. And Michael receives only a 60% attack bonus. Even at the double evolve level, we can take a look at that. Michael's attack is 7953. We're just going to look at the base damage and ignore everything else. Whereas someone like Skull Knight has 9712. I don't have a double evolve Reaper, but I looked it up. Reaper double evolved at level 200 has a 9184 attack. So as far as taking advantage of attack speed and attack for Michael, in my opinion this is a bad idea. Basically because when you compare him to other heroes that already have this type of attack speed, he doesn't measure up at all. In fact, he needs, and what I should say is, he would need that 8 of 8 Berserk and the Blitz Scroll to even come close to someone like Reaper or Skull Knight in attack speed. And then he could never measure up to the amount of attack that Reaper and Skull Knight could do. And this is why it is a bad idea. You know, we're ignoring the fact that Reaper and Skull Knight don't need an 8 of 8 Berserk. And you could put something on them like War God, which would give them another huge attack boost. If you took that to 8 of 8, that would be 95% more attack. And that would just dwarf anything that Michael could do with that attack speed. Now, however, I was also thinking about another way that you might benefit from having a fast attack speed. And one of those ways I thought about was Life Drain. If you had some type of Berserk and Life Drain combination, what would be the best for that? Well, I have some calculations there on the screen as you have been looking at the entire time. And you can see it's just a matter of calculating everything out. So if you were to have a Michael with the 8 of 8 Berserk and a 5 Life Drain, so he starts off with right around 400,000 hit points, right? Mind you, these are just rough calculations. Yeah, that's about 400,000 hit points, right? I didn't want to have to go into too much detail, but you can see here on the screen. So Michael with the 8 of 8 Berserk and a level 5 Life Drain with the 800 attack speed is basically giving you 20,000 hit points per attack. Of course, he's attacking rather fast, twice as fast as he would be normally. So that would be 40,000 for every 2 attacks, which is in the exact same matching attack speed as something like Life Drain itself or Tenacity. So if you had Michael with the 8 of 8 Life Drain, and then you could actually put Tenacity on top of that, because you could crest Tenacity. Now you would actually be doing more. Because now you would have a higher percentage Life Drain on top, even more hit points, even though it's a slower attack speed. You can see there that it would be 75,000. Now, excuse me. Now, interestingly enough, Michael with the 8 of 8 Tenacity and a 5 Life Drain would actually be the exact same. You would have a much higher hit point, but then a slower attack. However, you would have the same amount of Life Drain per hit. Either way you look at it, there's not much benefit to having an 8 of 8 Zerk. Even with the scroll of the Blitz scroll for Michael. Now, I don't doubt that Michael's attack would be twice as fast, and he would do twice as much damage as a comparable Michael. But when you compare him to other heroes that have that attack speed, it just doesn't make sense to do that. He, like I said before, pales in comparison to his counterparts. To do something like that, I would feel that you were boosting his weakness instead of his strength. The strength of Michael is definitely within his defense. Michael doesn't need attack or attack speed because of the Archangel. Now, we don't know what the Archangel's abilities are, what his attack is, what his attack speed is, but we can see it here as we play. He obviously has a very high attack, a very high attack speed, and also a very high crit rate. In fact, without the Archangel, Michael would not be that impressive. And we also know that from other heroes with such an ability as Michael's, for instance Revenant and Trixie Treat, that the counterparts, the Archangel, Revenant's Doppelganger, Trixie Treat's Pumpkins, all of those, they do not get any type of adjustment from what you have on the main hero. Meaning that if you put an 8 of 8 Berserk on Michael, it will not transcend to the Archangel. Nothing will. And same goes for the other heroes that have the same type of skill. So in the end, it's definitely up to you what you want to put on Michael, but in my opinion, that would probably be a bad idea. I don't think you're going to get much of a benefit of trying to increase Michael's attack speed because his attack is not that great to begin with. Okay guys, and here is the real bad news with the speed attack calculations here. The Android server, the way it works, and the speed calculations rounding up every 200 milliseconds, it really works against you when you're trying to build up attack speed. As you can see here, with the Divinity level of 10 of 10, if you're just running the Blitz scroll, you already have a 800 millisecond attack when Michael procs. If you're just running a level 3 Berserk Crest, the same thing. So as you've been seeing me walk around with Michael here in the Lost Realms, I have nothing on him. So this is the attack speed of Michael, non-proc and then proccing with nothing. He has nothing. No crest, no blitz scroll, nothing. So this last entry here, this last calculation is the reason why I really cannot suggest any type of blitz. Excuse me, really cannot suggest any type of Berserk for Michael. You can achieve the maximum 600 millisecond speed by just using the blitz scroll and a level 3 Berserk Crest. No matter what you do, you cannot get faster than 600. But because you only have to use those two to get to the 600, it's such a huge waste to use an 8 of 8 Berserk to get there, when you can just use the Blitz scroll itself and a level 3 Berserk. So that's why I cannot condone it. I definitely would suggest you not use. Don't waste your fame on it, you know what I mean? And I can give you a little sample So we'll make the switch here after this battle. Try and check out the speed of Michael with nothing on him. You want to pay attention to the more black one, of course. The purplish looking one is the Archangel. And you can go and test this out. Like I said, I have the speed calculator right there on the description. You can go check it out for yourself. And what I did with that speed calculator, because Michael is not on there, basically I put Pumpkin Duke's skill level to level 7, and then I put the Ares spell to level 1. If you do that, it will equal 60%, which would be equal to that of Michael at 10 of 10. Now, it doesn't really work that way because the spell is constant, but the way it calculates out the 200 milliseconds, everything is all relative and it comes out the same. So you're going to get the same type of boost, or bonus I should say. The calculation for the bonus is going to stay the same no matter what the calculation is, because of the way... Did I not take him out of there? Because of the way it calculates. So it's still accurate. Okay, so here we go. We got Michael in the Blitz Scroll with a level 3 Berserk Crest. So according to the calculation, he should now be at maximum speed of 600 while proccing. So the only benefit you would get from that 8 of 8 Berserk is the 800 milliseconds attack when he's not proccing. Even after he procs, it's still only going to be 600. So let's check it out. This is a good one, a lot of guys there. So you can see that attack is pretty fast. He's attacking almost just as fast as his Archangel. So you can achieve what you want without even going through that. It's very interesting. So I hope this video has helped you out, maybe gave you some better insight of what you can possibly use. I really don't suggest you use Blitz, or excuse me, I keep saying Blitz. I really, sorry. I really cannot suggest you use Berserk for Michael. He doesn't need it. You can achieve the maximum attack with just the Crest and the Blitz Scroll. It is kind of cool how fast he attacks there. Alright, so as I was saying, I hope this helped you out. For everybody else, I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe. Alright guys.
Signing out.
This is Gaz signing out.
Daddy.